For this particular clip, which was actually my 4th attempt at using this feature, I got really good results, I think. But other clips that I tried it on didn't do so well, and we'll kind of go through some of those to highlight some of the limitations of the content-aware fill. Now I'll give a little caveat that this clip I actually prefer to have the person in the shot, but I wanted to test out the feature and see what its strengths and weaknesses are. The first, and I think most important step to getting decent results from this feature is to create a quality mask around the object that you want to remove. You'll then need to track that object by keyframing the mask throughout the whole clip. Now this is somewhat tedious, but you don't want to skimp on this step or you'll get poor results. I started with one keyframe every 2 seconds, and then I went back through and fine-tuned the movement and the shape of the mask to ensure it closely tracked the subject. When the mask is done and I finished all keyframing, I invert the mask so that everything except the subject is visible. Once that's done, go to the content aware fill on this sidebar, and if you don't have it in the sidebar, click on window and then make sure you've got a check mark by the feature, and then it should be there. So go ahead and click generate fill layer and wait for it to do its thing. This step takes a while and it will analyze the footage, then render the fill layer, but you're gonna have to wait. I went and got some coffee or something, I can't remember. Maybe I went and ate dinner. But yeah, it takes a long time. Once that's done, I like to reorder the layers to put the fill layer underneath the clip so that the feathered edge of the mask can be used. Now, one thing that I did accidentally when working on this clip is that I forgot to feather the mask before creating the fill layer. I prefer to do mask feathering first so that the fill layer that's created is big enough to allow for that feathering without showing darkened edges. You can see I had to make a few adjustments to get the feather to work without showing the subject that we were trying to mask out. And if I had feathered it before creating the fill layer, then I wouldn't have had that problem. Overall, it gave me pretty good results, and I'm happy with how it turned out for this clip. So that's the basics of how to use content-aware fill in After Effects. Now I'll go through some of its limitations.